Get into it. You are somebody who probably wants to learn how to drop ship, or you want to have your own business, or you just probably don't know too much about it or the steps that it takes to build a store, right? A lot of people is just like, oh, you just, import some products, add some SKUs, and you just press publish on the store. Absolutely not, okay? Because we have to get rid of or get away from that stigma that drop shipping is like this janky business model, because we probably, or you probably not, but we use third party suppliers, whether they are from China or they're from the US or they're from Switzerland or whatever. And it comes with this like negative connotation that it has to look janky or suspect. I feel like when a lot of people talk about drop shipping, they talk about it's I feel like they envision a store that has like all this white negative space. It has like hands, different hands touching the products all over the store, right? There's no cohesiveness or things like that. I really don't. I really am trying to normalize and get drop shipping away from that type of stigma. Okay, my trick to being or having a successful drop shipping store and being a successful drop shipper is my experience is on point. Okay, um, if anybody ever finds my store, it will my print on demand store, my general store. Um, when you look at it, you wouldn't think of drop shipping. Like that was like always my goal. Where I am now versus where I started, it's complete and utter growth, right? Because over time you want to be competitive. Over time you want people to come back to your store. You want people to buy initially, right? So you have to rise up to the level of value that you want people to buy. Meaning, if I'm selling, I know the cost of good for this water bottle is $5, right? But I'm selling it for 47. You can't be janky in your value when you're giving value, right? You can't use I don't recommend using a supplier's photo. I don't recommend, reposting the same stock photo over and over and over and over, especially if you're doing social media marketing, things like that, okay? You have to give the perceived value around this product that justify the markup in the price. Okay? So, with that being said, this is the steps that I use to provide that higher perceived, to justify the higher perceived amount that I'm charging for this physical product. And this is the way I give the value or develop the value within, before building my store, that justifies me charging that much for that product, because you have to have a reason or you have to have consistent value, high quality value, to justify why they buy from you and not going to your supplier. Like, what's the difference? Like, what are you giving that can't be found anywhere else? If you're giving the same stock photo, if you're giving the same, like, I'm not trying to say they're lower tier quality, but if you're giving the same level of quality and nothing else special about you in the market, right? Or just selling this physical product, why buy from you and not them? Okay. So we're going to start with Emerging Monday, okay? And I'm going to be going over how to start selling physical products, all right? We're about to go from the deep dive within ourselves, doing the shadow work within ourselves, to showcasing that value that we developed in our store, all right? Number one, we are going to start with ourselves, all right? You are going to do first thing research. Basically, you're at the research stage of your idea, right? You're in the brainstorming stage of your idea, and you're trying to formulate your passion and to see if it's lucrative. Okay? We just don't want to be like, "Ooh, I like that, so let me just create a store around it." Okay? You want to see what you like, your passion is also a need in the market, right? It's also desired, searched for, being bought in the market. Okay? It's basically we're about to gather info on your passion to see if it's worth turning into a business or not. All right. I have done that many times in my day. A thought just like, oh my God, I do like that walking down the street. Oh yeah, I do like that. Let me create a whole store on Shopify, right? Next thing you know, it's like things may have been like out of control. Meaning like you just imported some products, maybe like after dealing with this store for like the third, fourth day, you're like, what am I doing? And you trash it, right? So that's time wasted, effort wasted, money wasted, right? Resources wasted that you may never can get back, right? We can't get time back. So before you want to move forth in your passion after brainstorming it, right? You want to see if it's lucrative, if it can be a business idea, all right? So what are you looking for is to see if people are seeking out purchasing and sharing your passion idea, okay? Y'all ready? So this is how we go do it. Number one, you're going to list out your passions, right? Your passions, your interests, your hobbies, right? What industry are you so familiar with, right? That you can talk about in and out, that you have background info in, that you may even have experience in, okay? All of this can go under your brainstorming. So now I need you to like think about what you want to sell. What can I talk about all the time, okay? Number two, what do I not mind being surrounded with? Okay. What don't I mind being surrounded with all the time? I'm not talking about like surrounding your home, but what samples do you not mind being laid around? What content, what physical products you don't mind seeing all the time, right? Like if you love doing hair, I'm pretty sure you don't mind having combs, brushes, things like that around all the time, right? This matters because you're going to be looking at this stuff, right? Especially if you have a niche store, general store, you're going to be around this a lot. All right, it's going to be everywhere. All right, welcome. If you guys are having problems, just go back out and come back in. If you have guys having problems hearing me, okay? Number three, what keeps my interest over time? If you're a dad that loves grilling, you look forward to grilling season every year. It's something that you're known for, that you've been doing for such a long time, right? You love grilling. Like, you don't like cooking, you don't like prepping, right? But grilling, you love the tools, you love just being out there, you love creating the coals, doing all of that, right? Smoking your meat, things like that, okay? What has kept your interest over time? You've been doing that for years. Every year you want to perfect it. You want to perfect your craft, things like that, okay? What are your passions? What has kept your interest over time and that you've seen yourself grow within, okay? And more importantly, which passion of mine or what have I taken a liking to that I want to improve so that people can enjoy it more as well, okay? All the answers to those questions. Now, this is the brainstorming stage, right? So don't feel bad if you just like, oh my God, I don't know what this, or I don't have an idea. Just sit with yourself for a few seconds or maybe a couple days and then just brainstorm all your ideas. And then what can help is if you list out the top 10 of your ideas, your passions, your hobbies that you may like. And then from there, narrow the list down until you get to one. Just scratch them off one by one, okay? Or list them from like the one you want to lead with, the one you want to start with, and just list them down to your least favorite. You can do it that way as well. All right. So once you've brainstormed, you've went through your ideas, your passions, you've examined them, you've answered each one of those questions per passion idea. Now I want you to take a step back and look at the industry that your passion may fall under. Okay. And within that industry, let's look at what's not being done. All right. And the way you're going to look at what's not being done is by answering the following questions for the passion you have chosen. Y'all ready? Number one, what are the gaps inside your passions industry? For instance, if my brother loved grilling, right? Let's stick with that because we've like touched on it. He loves grilling and he always talks about, man, I wish they made this. Huh? If you find yourself asking yourself that question or thinking about that as you're using some type of products that you love inside of your industry, but you wish it did something or you wish this was offered, that can be considered a gap, all right? Especially for physical products. What are the gaps inside of your passions industry? What do you feel or what do you wish was made that could be utilized to help maybe solve a problem or something that you are experiencing inside your passion industry? Okay? Number two, What are the weaknesses of your industry's top providers? What are their weaknesses? Number three, what will make your business of your passion different than what's already in the market? This isn't so bad, right? List out products that will effectively meet the unmet needs of your audience or of people like yourself that are interested in this passion. And then the answer to this can piggyback off of what are some of the weaknesses of your industry top providers, what are some of the gaps inside of your passions industry, okay? Just to give you guys a little hint. Number three, now let's choose a niche, okay? Choosing a niche is focusing on what is not being done inside of let's say inside of the industry, okay? So we're focusing on like a sub-segmented part of an industry, okay? So let's switch it up. So let's say for hair and beauty industry, right? Or health and beauty industry. I want to focus on hair as a category, okay? But inside of that category, my niche would probably be like, I would focus on Black women's natural hair, but I'm looking to serve, or my passion is serving Black women's hair who are natural but battling with frizzy curls, right? Like I feel so like my passion is to like make all type of natural hairstyle, but I really want to serve people who struggle with hair frizz, right? I've been in this industry. This has been a passion of mine for years, and over time of being within my passion, I've noticed that a huge problem of people being left out are Black women who are natural, who has frizzy curls, right? Who may not be able to do the curly bun as easy, right? They struggle with it. I feel for you. I want to help solve your problem, right? You probably can't get your rod curls the way you want to overnight. And then when you take them out an hour later, your hair is a bush, right? You lose all the curls, right? So I want to find products or create a business that service Black women who are natural hair, right? But also people who are struggling, more focused on people who are struggling to deal with their frizzy curls. Let's get that frizz under control, okay? God, I wish there was a store for that. I swear I would serve it. I mean, I swear I would purchase from it. So you mean tell me with all this dropshipping money now? No, not yet. Let's see. Okay. So a store like that, or my niche, right? If I was having a niche store or even a general store, because you guys have to be careful, okay? With the core product, niche store, or even general store, you're still going to have somewhat of a niche, right? And when you hear Leah say niche, I'm talking about focus. Okay, every store type, no matter your drop shipping store type, no matter if it's core product, which you may hear it called one product, if it's a general store, if it's a niche store, either one of those store types, you're still going to have a focus, i.e., a niche. Okay, just because you hear general store, it's not just this like, not for an online store. It's going to be this general retail conglomerate. Okay, you still want to have a center focus in what you are about. Always, 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 always. Okay. Number four, we're going to do a little competitor or a little competitive product research. All right. We need to see, this is not just for the business right now. It's not for that. We're just looking to see what products are already out there. Okay. And if we can find products that are different. Okay. So this is more of a competitive product search. We're not thinking about the entities right now. That's going to be a little bit later. Right now, we need to just see what products are already being serviced in our passion. Okay. In our passions industry. Sorry, I'm going to clear that up for you. So, number one of four, okay? What are the three commonalities you see in your market? What are the three commonalities you see in the market? So when you type in your passion idea, right? You may type in into a search engine, it may be like your passion idea, and then you end the word with products. Okay? Natural hair, black women's anti-frizz hair tool or hair products, right? And then I will, the of course the results will be generated, and then I'll just go through the list and just see like, oh man, everyone to get rid of frizz is using, I don't know, wooden combs. Okay. That seems to be a commonality in the market for black women who are battling hair frizz. Okay. Battling hair frizz. Makes it sound so ferocious. Sorry. Number two, inside number four. What is the name? What is the name? The same feature you see being sold amongst all your competitors. What is the same feature you see being sold amongst all of your competitors? C. What do you wish these products could do? Okay. So if you need help with saying or figuring out what you wish these products can do that's already being offered, go back to your number four and number one, two, and four of number two, which is look at what's not being done. When I was saying what are the gaps in your passions industry, what products will effectively meet the unmet needs of your audience, what are the weaknesses of your top of your industry's top providers. Okay. What do you wish these products can do? Man, I wish that these products could have a way I can have heatless curls. I would the way I can have curls that's so amazing and doesn't frizz my hair. It's not frizzy, but without the heat. Okay? What do you wish these products could do, could offer that's not being offered? Or what do you wish you would want to see in your passions industry that's not there? Okay? Number five, find a reputable dropshipping supplier. Okay? If your supplier is international, if your supplier is domestic to you, right? Just find a reputable dropshipping supplier. Some of the things you can look for when finding a supplier, especially if you're looking on a directory, right? This is going to be if you are looking on a directory or if you're just looking on their website, all right? But if you're looking for a directory, look at how many orders they've completed. A. B. What is their star ranking? Okay. C. Do they offer your shipping time frame? Okay, so if you have a niche store, if you have a general store, you need to look at to see cohesively if all of them have similar shipping times, right? If you have find a supplier that for a niche store, if 10 of your suppliers only offer, I don't know, let's say something outrageous, 60-day shipping, right? But then you have another 15 products that guarantees you'll get the product, or you have 15 other suppliers that'll guarantee that this product will be delivered in 3 weeks, right? No matter where they are in the world, you know, you want your shipping times from your suppliers to match as much as possible, especially for you niche and general store people. Core product store, you may only have like 1 to 4 products, right? But for niche store, you're going to have at least 25 products. For a general store, you're going to have at least about 75 products minimum in a general store. And D, how is their response time to questions? This is huge, okay? So just send a quick message to your suppliers while you're ordering a sample, before you order a sample, okay? Just to get a quick check on their response time. Do they even respond, right? If so, what seems to be their window? Because if this entity becomes a supplier within your store and a customer has an objection or has a problem with their order, hasn't received something or anything, you're totally dependent on that supplier, okay? Choosing a supplier, guys, let me just say this. Choosing a supplier is not rocket science, right? It's not hard. It's a pivotal point in your business because a supplier can be seen as almost like a business partner, right? It's the backbone of your store. It's literally how the product gets from its origin to consumption, okay? So that's relying. So that's like the foundation of customer service, a component of customer service, not the foundation. It is the part of the product, the housing, right? All of these different layers, the supplier is a major part of, okay? But I don't want you to get time consuming and thinking that it's this whole rocket science, right? Always set a benchmark for what you choose a supplier to work with in your store, right? Have a benchmark in place. For me, I only work with a supplier that's like a 4.6 and above in my stores, okay? I don't care how many orders you've done. If you're under 4.6, I don't work with you, right? I definitely check on your response time because I have a general store. So I need quick response time because I have a lot of products, okay? So I don't need people that respond 2 weeks or even like a week or don't respond at all. Okay. So me having non-negotiables that I set in place for suppliers that I would like for me to work with me, right? Or work within my store, is always finalized after I order a sample. Okay. So it's like you meet my requirements, you meet my star ranking, you meet my time window for when I expect a response. Now let me order a sample from you, which is what you need, because that's going to validate what my customer gets. Okay, that's what my ideal shopper receives. All right, you can be all good, hunky and dory when they come to your website, but if a customer doesn't get the product, or they don't get what they've been seeing, or the product is not what they thought it was going to be, which is what you've advertised because you didn't validate the supplier by ordering a sample yourself, you've kind of missed out on a returning customer, and you may have a return coming your way. Okay, always order a sample. You don't know about the product until you have it in your hand, until you've touched it, you've interacted with it, you've used it, you've consumed it yourself, okay? Then you make the final decision on if a supplier is going to be within your store. And yes, I have been let down before with some samples. So being let down with the sample is not as catastrophic as having a headache, right? Because once them orders start coming in, every notification, every sale you get with the product you didn't verify is a potential problem. Okay, so avoid that by making sure that the supplier that you're choosing with your store is not going to be a headache. Mitigate as many problems as possible. Okay. Number 6, create a story. This is a key in changing and going from just having a drop shipping store to having a drop shipping business. Okay. A drop shipping store, by my definition, is a store that, they just imported some products, used some supplier's photo, bought a domain, if that, no offense, but it's no personality, it's no pizzazz, it's no color, it's no story. You need to create a story around your physical products, right? Why are they buying from you? How are you going to resonate? This is why so many people have struggled, like later on, once they press publish. I don't know how to create content. I don't know what I'm doing, right? I like, you struggle with it because you don't have a story. Because what are you creating content about? What's your stance in the market? What's your purpose? Okay. Create a story. This is what's going to be your why inside of the market. Yes, everybody's selling makeup. Everybody's selling makeup. But what's different about you and your makeup tools, right? What's the look going to be for you? Okay. What is going to be your why inside of the market? Right? Your why is from what makes you unique. Ultimately, giving you a purpose inside of the market. Okay. B, once you have worked out, why you're in the market, you should be focused on illustrating that in your store and your content. Hint, hint. Okay. Create a story around your physical products. Then illustrate that story. Illustrate that why on your email list, in your content, in your store. Okay. I just gave you guys 3 places that you're going to have to create content. This is why you need a sample. A stock photo that you stole from your supplier's page can only be posted so many times. You have to create, yes, guys, you have to create content for your email. Every email. You have to create content for your store, product pages, home pages. You have to create content for your social media pages. And depending on how many social media pages that you have, okay? If you have, if you're on Facebook, if you're on TikTok, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Twitter, right? All these different platforms and so many more, right? Where your audience may be. Some of you guys hit me up in our own Etsy or something with your dropshipping store. All these different platforms, right? And what you're going to have, the same stock photo amongst everywhere every single day. You need a sample. There's no way to escape it. Absolutely not. Even if we went, I have a core product store. I have a social media page, so I really don't need a sample. Yes, you do. Because seasons change. Reasons why you're selling that product changes. So therefore, you're going to need different looks for it. The same content that you give on Christmas, snow, and you probably put a Christmas hat on your water bottle, right? To sell, keep your audience engaged with your with your business, your entity, with your story. It's not going to be the same type of photo that you're going to use to promote your product on Mother's Day or on Easter, right? All these different looks all these different holidays require different looks. Therefore, you need a sample to add diversity to your content. Okay? Do you order sample for every single product for your general store or just a few to test quality? Every physical product, let me look up here, sorry. Every physical product in my general store has a sample. Lose, win, and draw. If it don't sell, trash your sample. But of course, I do like a blowout sale. I ain't ordered that sample for nothing. Will this live be? Yes, on my YouTube channel, it will. Yes. Because samples needed for all products to create content. Yep. And when I say create content, you guys, I'm not talking about just content just for if you just want to do social media marketing. Not just for that. Content everywhere. If you have a text message list, content. If you have an email list, content. If you have a thank you page, which you're going to need for your order confirmation, there's content. You need content for your home page. You need content for your product page. You need content for all the different places. Wherever your store is going to be, you need content there. You need to create visual value for that location consistently. It's not just one time you got to post to social media. No. You got to post tomorrow, after that, the day after that, next one. Take a break? Nah. Post? Yes. Okay? You guys, there's no way to escape it. Okay? No, somebody had hopped into my live one time and said that they were watching a video from someone else, and they were like, they can use the supplier's photo from wherever they got their their product from. I don't agree with that, right? That's not my business practices. As someone who's sharing information on how to build their dropshipping business, I would never encourage you or suggest for you to steal someone else's intellectual property. It's kind of illegal, I've heard. So I wouldn't recommend doing that, okay? If you're not willing to spend the wholesale cost of goods for your sample and pay the shipping for your product, right? A little $4, $3. Some samples I have be like 10 cents. If I'm not willing to spend that to get it, to create the value, to justify why I'm giving a markup price for this product, right, around the story that I created, how do you expect the customer to spend money with you? Like, let's be realistic here. Okay, let's put our best foot forward as business owners or inspiring business owners, inspiring drop shippers, and do the work. Okay. If you be lazy with your business, customers are going to be lazy with paying you. All right. Give them the value they deserve. Right? Keep them engaged. Build your audience. Build your buying base. Build an attraction for your products. Okay. Build a desire for them. A supplier photo with a hand in it only can do so much, sweetheart. Okay. There's no way to escape it. My issue has been with suppliers. What? I love my supplier, especially my Amazon store. She be blowing my WhatsApp up. you know? No. I hope. Oh, I said my issues with my suppliers. Is it with you choosing or your interaction with them? Sorry, y'all. I'm like up here, down there. Hey, you've been quiet over there too. How you doing? Okay. Yes, I'm on live on Instagram, the tube, and the book. Okay. So, number 7, building your store. When you're building your store, I want you to focus on these major 5 hot spots of your store. Do not press publish unless you've covered these. You're not ready. You ready now? Okay. When you are building your store, focus on these 5 major hotspots of your store. Think of these hotspots as parts of building a house, all right? You need every part of this for your home, okay? If you don't have a refrigerator yet, that's cool. If you don't have a washer and dryer yet, that's cool. But everybody needs windows, all right? You need a door. You need a roof, all right? So think of these 5 pillars as the 5 major components of a house. All right. We're not worried about the couches just yet. Your sectionals. We're not worried about none of that. All right. We're worried about the walls, the framing. Okay. All right. We're worried about the flooring. All right. The basement, all of that. Hey, everybody. Okay. Very overwhelming the communication is. Oh, So the way to combat that, right, if we're thinking of communication the same way, is that to understand that, one, if you're using an international supplier from US, right now, all my general store, my Amazon store, right, all of my products come from Chinese suppliers. It just is what it is, okay? My print on apparel store does not, right? I use Printful as my print on demand, all right? A way that I have had interactions with them, it's usually because from so far what I know is that like sometimes the supplier would then I'll get into building your online store, y'all. Sorry. The supplier would like use a translator. Like, well, we type them, they put in the information, they respond back in Mandarin, then they translate it back to English and send it to us. Okay. So a way that it's to help you communicate what you want, right? Because they know drop shipping, right? You're not telling them anything they don't know. You don't have to explain the drop shipping model to them. None of that. They already know. Okay. They just want to make sure you know. All right. So the way that you can help communicate is by like clarifying or formatting, right? The way you format your message. What I do is write out, say, hey, love your products, love what you guys are offering. I can really see this in my drop shipping store, but I have a few questions. And then literally just bullet the question, question, 2 dot question, right? 3 dot question. So they will literally respond in the same, my experience, right? Majority of the time they will literally respond in the same way. 1 dot answer. 2 answer, 3 answer. Okay. So it clarifies like what you want, right? Because for a lot of people who are not born in the US, English is like, it's very confusing because we gotta, we have one word that can sound 3 different ways, 4 different ways, but mean something totally different. Okay. A lot of other languages are very only have this one word for that. Okay. That means this. So it's a little bit different, but it's like just maneuver. It's so much easier. Just like answer directly. What are your shipping times after payment is processed? Boom. Having clarity in the information that you want from them helps them help you better. Okay? You'll be fine. Okay, so back to number 7, building your online store. Pillar number 1, header. Pillar, yes, your header. Your header. Okay, so your header is like the first part when someone clicks on your website and let's say they're looking at the mobile view, right? The first thing that they see, all that information, that picture, the shipping time, name of the store, menu, the car, all that information, all that cheddar, all that information right there, that's considered your header, right? That's prime digital real estate. That's like if you have a house and like the lawn view, the walk-up view, the driveway, all of that, the appearance on the outside, all that, the plants, the lawn, all that. That's what the header is. All right. That's going to determine if you want to walk in that house or not. You be like, curb appeal. That's what it's called. My bad. It didn't come to me. But curb appeal. That's what the header is. Okay. B, your home page. The home page in its entirety, from its header to its footer. The home page is a major, major component that's going to decipher if your audience want to dive deeper in your store. The home page. C, the footer. Think of your footer, guys. It took me a lot to figure this out. I was like, what do I need a footer for? For so long, I didn't have nothing in my footer. I had like a few things here and there, but like nothing major. Then I was just like, I would get so many questions about things that was not my products, right? So I just started putting like answers to the question in my footer. Then I started getting the questions. Then I was like, what if I make my footer like customer service area? All right. So think of your footer as that way. It's basically like customer service links, right? Or a customer service department. All right. So you can put different links inside of your footers, like a FAQ page, a shipping policy page, your about us page, right? Your quick links, your terms and conditions, your disclaimers, right? Your search bar, your track options. Okay. Your return and exchange policy. Okay. Think of your footer as the information that helps your customers answer questions about your business, right? There's not information to help them shop more around your physical products, but more information to help them better understand how to interact with your business. Okay? Yes. Oh, you're in August. Yeah, you're in Black Friday mentorship. Awesome. I'll see you guys there. Thank you. I try to have it down pat. You know. All right. So I know this is a long one, guys. I know, but we're almost done. Hang in there. Okay. So now, once you've built your store, you want to have an idea of how to build awareness to let people know that you exist. All right. This is where you want to market your business. All right. Let people know that you out there. Bring awareness. Be like, hey, we're over here. Come check these products out. You know you need it because you may be going through this, this, and this. And you need a solution for this and this, right? But a way to attract people, right? You don't want to make your product seductive or none of that craziness, right? You want them to be alluring. You want to bring awareness around your product's capabilities, right? You want to educate them on your products. But you want to be like entertaining, all right? You don't want to be just all like educational and stuffy, especially if your like personality for your business around your story is like exciting. Can you imagine If your whole brand is supposed to be like exciting, your colors are yellow, and then all you're posting is like infographics or suppliers photo. Okay? But when you are trying to bring awareness of your business, select the avenues you want to tell your story on. Simple. Select the avenues you want to tell your story on. If you just want to focus on your store and do ads, if you want to be on the gram, select the avenues you want to start sharing your story on. B, create visual value around your purpose. This is why you can't skip that. All right. What we just went through, don't skip any step of it. Everything within dropshipping business, right? Creating your store, creating your business, especially from starting from scratch, is very interdependent. It really is. If you skip one part and the other, you're going to pay for it. Probably by the time you press publish. All right? Not trying to scold you or anything, but let's not be lazy with our efforts. Too much. Too much on a Monday. Scale it back. Save that for Thursday. Okay. Got it. I'll try. C, serve your audience consistently in the manner they want to be served. If they don't like your infographics, try a meme. Okay? You guys have to get into the mindset of being able and willing to test. All right? You have to be willing to see what works, to figure out what may not be working. Wait, I said that in verse. You have to be willing to see what doesn't work so you'll know what does work. There we go. Okay? Serve your audience consistently in the manner they want to be served. If they're not liking your stock photos, try a lifestyle photo. Give it a week. Oh, your engagement went up. They like lifestyle photos. Give them more of that. Clearly, they're showing you that's what they want. That's what they liking. They side-eyeing that infographic because they want memes. All right? They hate them still photos, but they love them how-to videos. Okay? Serve your audience consistently in the manner they want to be served. You can't make somebody like something they don't like. You, the business owner, give your audience what they want. Simple. Number 9, analyze and improve your store. So these are some of the analytics you should be looking at to learn more about your audience and their behaviors based on their interactions with your content in store. All right. The 3 analytics you should always be looking at daily. Number 1, Facebook analytics. Number 2, Instagram analytics. Number 3, Shopify analytics. Those 3 are the holy grail, or the holy trinity. I've always referred to them as. All right. Thank you for visiting.